Welcome to a special edition of the Trend Talk. We're here at LATINAFest.
LATINAFest takes place downtown Los Angeles at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes in an outdoor campus that is gorgeous. We have a lot of vendors, we have food, we have drinks, and a lot of surprises.
That's right, and it's all about female empowerment. So don't go away, because we'll be right back with a lot more of the Trend Talk.
Everybody, and welcome to the Trend Talk Show. I am Fernanda Kelly, and we are live from the first year of LATINAFest 2018, and I'm very excited to be here. I will be the MC of the event, but I have two very important ladies, which is really who you want to see, and you know them very well. You love them very much, and they are actually the creators of the LATINAFest 2018. Please welcome here on the stage, Naive Reynoso and Belle Hernandez. Ladies, thank you so much for being here and for inviting me to be here. Thank you, Fernanda, for being such a trooper. You're going to be here all day, but there's so much fun. But you also have a booth here at LATINAFest.
See, thank you so much for letting me do my shout out. We have our store. It's called Shop Her Closet, KM, and it's right there behind our cameraman. So ladies, gentlemen, if you want to come on by. And also my partner is here, Marcela Macias. This is our first pop-up, and we're very excited. So thank you for allowing us to be here.
So I was just going to say that just like Fernanda's launching her business today, there's a couple of other businesses that are launching, and what an amazing way to launch it, because Latinas are becoming social and economic powerhouses in the United States. We are entrepreneurs, we are hustlers, and we are making things happen, and that is what LATINAFest is all about. So I want to congratulate all the wonderful businesses and women that are putting their businesses here on display, that some of them, as I mentioned, launching their businesses. This is all about you and celebrating being a fabulous Latina.
So why don't we start, I think, with, to me, one of the most important questions. How did LATINAFest start? Where was it born? Who made it up? How did you guys create this?
Well, we have a show called the Trend Talk, and the reason that Belle and I created the show is because we feel that the Latina voice needs to be heard on mainstream media, on mainstream platforms, on English-speaking platforms, because we are bilingual. We speak English, we speak Spanish, but we need to expose our talents and our businesses on mainstream platforms. And we saw a void, so we created the Trend Talk. And through the Trend Talk, we discovered there were so many Latina entrepreneurs that needed more platforms. And that's why we created LATINAFest, so we can expose their businesses, so we can give them, like I said, exposure on television and on social media, and help each other grow.
I think sometimes what triggers, I don't know if you ladies agree with me, what triggers something to be born is that you have a real connection to that cause. So I know, Naive personally, I know you're a mother, you're a daughter, both of you are daughters, of course, your aunts, your wives, your girlfriends, your friends. Tell me a little bit, each of you, about that personal experience that drew you to LATINAFest.
Well, I got a little frustrated with the portrayals of Latinas just being and don't take this the wrong way, because we are everything. I got a little tired of us just being portrayed as the maids, or the immigrant, and we are immigrants, because my mother's an immigrant and I'm a second generation immigrant, and that's good, that's fine, and that's who we are. But we're a lot more than that too. We are entrepreneurs, we're professional women, we're educated women, we're women that also have dreams and hopes, and that's what was my connection, to give us another way of looking at ourselves, not just the way mainstream media typically portrays us, but how we all are. We are diverse, we are everything, and all of those facets should be displayed on television, on social media, in Hollywood, and that's what we're trying to create.
And ditto. I mean, I can just say the same thing. We are connected. We are all connected as Latinas. We all need to support each other. And I say, you know that story? How many of you guys have heard that story about the bucket and the crabs? And as soon as one goes up, the other guy... That's over with. I don't want to hear another crab story. From now on, let's focus on support. If we support each other, we're going to rise a lot faster.
I like that. Your producer's going, yeah. So, what is it? Pushing up.
Pushing each other up. Pushing each other up.
And talking about that, let's get real. What were the obstacles? Because I think when you have something, we talked about this before, when you have something that's so magical, that's so big, that's so profound, so important on so many levels, the resistance, the hardships arise. You know, they do follow, they do come up. So maybe what are the challenges to make this happen? Because yes, it looks beautiful, but it took months of planning. So maybe for anybody that wants to have something like this in their lives, what did you guys have to do?
I gotta say that with everything, there's always obstacles. But before I get to the obstacles, let me just say that this festival first would not have happened if La Plaza did not want to partner with us. But the women here as vendors, the women have been amazing. You know, they've all been, can I help you do the set? Can I help you do this? Can I help you do that? And that was so magical. So what obstacles? The obstacles is always money. When you put on an event like this, it takes a lot of money. And like I said, if it hadn't been for our vendors helped us get here. But our corporations, they wanted to come here, but they were in between their budgets. So that was one of the major obstacles.
And I want to say that a lot of the obstacles that we encounter by envisioning something, whether it's a festival like this one, whether it's launching our own businesses, it's in the mind first. So a lot of times as a society, that's the first obstacle. Believing in yourself, believing that it can happen, because maybe you've been programmed receiving lots of no's. I know I have in my career in media. I've received tons of no's. So sometimes you start believing that maybe you're not good enough, maybe you can't do it. So the first obstacle for me was in my head saying, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen and bring on the obstacles, because the obstacles are a metaphor. And for me personally, whenever I encounter an obstacle, it's like, okay, this is a test. Will I pass it? Yes. And we've passed it.
Yes, it's a sign that you're moving forward, correct? And we do have a little bit of time left, so I really want to wrap it up with something that Belle said, and I know it's in your hearts, just like it's in mine, because I am part of the vendors. We do want to acknowledge the vendors, and I just want to maybe hear from you ladies. How was the excitement? Who wanted to sign up? What kind of vendors there are today? How many people were not able to make it because you already had closed the vendor situation? So please acknowledge everybody that's here today.
Well, that was what was exciting, is a lot of first-time festivals, they have to go and reach out and speak to people. Do you want to come to the festival? Do you want to be a vendor? And for us, it was the other way around. They were coming to us, and then when we had to close the vendor applications, we had a wait list of about 35 vendors that did not make it this year.
We're lucky.
But we're coming next year.
Right. But that's just speaks to the need of there being more festivals like this that celebrate Latinas, because as I mentioned, we are entrepreneurs, we are hustlers, right? And you know why we're hustlers? Because we come from blood of hustlers. We come from people and descendants that fought their way to be here, that thrived, and we are the daughters of those people, of the immigrants that are here. So by birth, we are hustlers. And speaking of that, there's my mom right there.
Oh, cute. Did you plan that, David?
So that's what I want to acknowledge, and I want us to recognize that we have it in our blood to fight, to succeed, and to make it happen. And don't let any mental blocks tell you otherwise.
Thank you so much, ladies. It really is an honor for me to be here as your MC, to interview you guys, to be part of this historic moment. Are you ladies happy? Yes! It's going to be a wonderful event. It already has been the Trend Talk Show. We're live from here, from LATINAFest 2018. This will be the first year of many more to come. Y regresamos con más, porque aquí seguimos, ¿verdad? Yes. Eso! Thank you so much,
Aquí estamos
ladies.
y no nos vamos.
Aquí estamos y no nos vamos.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Coming up next, we give you a look inside the biggest Latina celebration in Los Angeles, LATINAFest, spotlighting the fastest growing economic and social force in the country. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of The Trend Talk.
Los Angeles Times en español. Las noticias más relevantes y la información confiable ahora en español. Análisis de nuestros galardonados periodistas. Noticias de última hora. Transmisiones en vivo y más. Los Angeles Times en español.
Don't go away. There's a lot more on The Trend Talk.
We'll be waiting for you.
Totaling over 28 million in the U.S. alone, Latina women are becoming social and economic powerhouses. And the first annual LATINAFest, held at la Plaza de Cultura y Artes in downtown Los Angeles, was a clear reflection of that.
80 vendors here, like 99% of them are women. And so they don't realize the power that we have. And this is a way to inform them and to inform others.
An estimated 2,000 attendees enjoyed the day's festivities, which included a celebrity panel and inspiring performances, but also provided a platform for many Latinas to showcase their businesses.
Well, we have everything. We have people that have party supply companies, we have food vendors, we have people that are in education, we have people that are in mental health and want to distribute information about mental health. We have people that are launching their clothing lines here. So there's a little bit of everything, and that just goes to show you how diverse the Latina community is.
I'm really excited to be here because it's LATINAFest and these candles celebrate being a Latina, so it's a great combo.
It was also empowering.
It's so nice to work with like all these strong women who have these businesses, and I see them like go out and get it, and it just really inspires me.
More women need to really put themselves out there, give the exposure that they need to have, because we are powerhouses as a community of women empowering other women, because I really truly believe that helping each other is the way to go. So just being exposed around all these other powerful women, I think is amazing.
I think this should go just different cities, different counties, different areas, hopefully all across the world.
I'm launching here.
And
this is my very
LATINAFest.
first event. Yes, and the fact that these amazing ladies put this event together for all these Latina entrepreneurs, for us to showcase our businesses and grow and work together here, networking, meeting other women, seeing how we could collaborate and grow together is amazing.
Events like this, we get examples of strong Latinas, we get examples of how to succeed, we get a roadmap of the possibilities that are out there. So as vendors out here, it's definitely eye-opening, it's definitely motivating and inspiring.
The festival's Latino twist gave new generations renewed pride in their culture.
And all the cultures, Colombian, Puerto Rican, Mexicana, everything, coming together has been the one thing I've always wanted, being a Latina entrepreneur.
Para todas nosotras y para nosotros es una manera de darnos a conocer al mundo y que somos una voz más aquí en los Estados Unidos también.
The morning yoga session and the Zen Zone was part of the event's mind, body, and soul component.
This is not just for millennials. This is not just for mommies. This is not just for business women. It's for all of us. I think all of us as a group have to support and have to realize our power, that together we're stronger.
Instilling pride in their culture for future generations and providing a platform for networking and encouragement for all Latinas to achieve personal and professional success.
Los Angeles Times en español. Las noticias más relevantes y la información confiable ahora en español. Análisis de nuestros galardonados periodistas. Noticias de última hora. Transmisiones en vivo y más. Los Angeles Times en español.
Don't go away. When we come back, there's a lot more from LATINAFest. We talked to the newest member of Mayans MC, Carla Barada, who tells us about being a badass as Adelita in the Sons of Anarchy spinoff.
Welcome to the Trend Talk at LATINAFest. Today we have actress Carla Barata. She landed the most coveted role in the fall season of 2018 on TV. It is the lead role, one of the lead roles in Mayans MC. We are so excited to have her here. Carla, welcome to the Trend Talk at LATINAFest.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor. I'm super happy to be here.
Well, we know that you're from Venezuela. How long ago did you come to the United States? And did you come specifically for acting?
Yeah, I've been here for 2.5 years, so a short time. And yeah, I came for acting. I came to make my dreams come true, and they did really fast. So yeah, I came to 2.5 years.
Carla, did you know that Sons of Anarchy and its spin-off, Mayans MC, which you are Adelita in, you're one of the stars of Mayans MC, did you know it had such a huge following?
Yeah, I know there's a huge fan base already, and that makes me so happy. More than nervous, it's just I'm so excited, and the fans, they've been so open to the show and so kind and so supportive, so that's amazing.
I wanted to ask you about Adelita. Tell us about Adelita. Who is Adelita? What is her character like? And tell us all about her so we kind of have a little clue when we watch.
Okay, so prepare to see a super strong, badass Latina character on TV.
Yeah. Those are the kind of characters we need. Those are the kind of Latina characters we need on TV, right?
Adelita, she's the leader of a rebel group called Los Olvidados. And she watched her family die in the hands of the cartel when she was really young. So now she's streetwise, and she is taking care of these orphans by the violence of the cartel. So she just wants to take care of her people and to make her dreams come true, to save Mexico, you know?
And we know, obviously, speaking of cartels and violence, we know that there's a lot of testosterone in not only Sons of Anarchy, but the spinoff that you're starring in, Mayans MC. As a woman, that right now you're so feminine, and how do you balance that testosterone on the set as your role in your character with the other actors?
I was really scared. I'm not gonna lie. At first time, there are 16 men and 2 women on the men cast. So the first time I saw all the guys, I was like, wow, they're so big and tattoos, and I was super scared. But then they started talking about their puppies and the beautiful families, and they're so kind, so kind. So I think that's why I feel comfortable on set, because they're so nice. And also Adelita, she's super strong, so she gives me all the strength that I need when I'm dealing with all this testosterone.
So they play these big, tough men on motorcycles, but in back of the scenes, they're just these little sweet guys with puppies.
They're the sweetest guys. I mean, they're gonna hate me for saying this, but they're so sweet, so nice, and they have been an inspiration for me. Each of them, their stories, their families, their careers, they're so wise, and it's been just so much growing for me, this show.
And how long have you guys been working together on the show?
Since last year for the first pilot, so yeah, like more than a year now.
And tell us, just really curious to wrap this up, because I want to know about the audition process. How was that? How many, because usually you go to one audition, they call you back and you go to another one, maybe another one. But for a series, how long did it take you to get this role?
So for me, I did the audition on Thursday, and Monday I was on set. Because they need the person so fast.
Badass! Not only in her character, but you are a badass.
Yeah, that was amazing. I went to the audition room, and there was Elgin James, that is one of the creators, and that was magic. It was just like, I knew it was for me, and he was so happy too. So they called me the same day at 9 p.m. like, 99% is you, and I was like, what? And then Monday I was meeting Kurt and all the guys. It was just amazing.
But also, you're not just a talented actress, you're also an artist, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So tell us about the art, how long you've been doing it, and what kind of things you like to draw. What's the form of art that you do?
Well, I've been, every kid draw and paint. I just never stopped. I continue to do it. And that's my real passion. That's painting. It's like the air for me. If I don't do it, I can't breathe. It's like meditation. So I've been doing it for a lifetime, and and I already done 3 expositions here in LA, 3 like shows. I invite you guys to the next one.
Yes, I'd love to go. I'd love to go. And what kind of art is it? Is it painting? Is it portrait? What is it?
Yeah, it's painting and it's portrait, but not like real, super realistic portrait. It's how I see the things that I want to portray, something like that. So if someone asks me that they want to portray, I'll do it my way, like how I see this person, how...
That's a true artist.
Oh, thank you.
So talk to us about Venezuela, how you're feeling about the whole situation, and how do you connect back to Venezuela with all of everything that's going on?
I go every Christmas now. The last 2 years I've been going every Christmas. All my family's in Venezuela, and I think one of the things that connect me directly to Adelita was that purpose that she has of making people feel better, have a better life. And with all the things that are happening in Venezuela, I feel so honored that I have a voice that I can use for people to know what's happening there, because we don't have like news in there that that go out and there's not a lot of people knowing what's happening there. So I'm just so grateful that I have a voice that I can use for that.
I saw something on online where someone gave you a phone, or it was your phone, and you read, because the only way to get the news out about Venezuela is through some of these apps, right? So can you tell us a little bit about how we can find out, for us who are interested in what's happening in Venezuela, which is really sad, how can we find out more information about that and support?
I think social media, it's now the only way, and sometimes you have news that are true, sometimes you really don't know what's happening. So I think if you find some organizations that are working with children in Venezuela for food, they go to Colombia and they bring food and medicines. So I think that's the best way to help, to find organizations that you can just support with. I mean, $5, it's a lot in Venezuela. So it's really a good cause, and people really need that.
Definitely. So now that you're in Hollywood, how's everything going? How do you feel like you're fitting in? I mean, it's a whole different change for you, right?
Yeah, especially first the language. Right. I can speak English and I understand, but I'm not super fluent. So trying to communicate in another language, act in another language that it's not your first language, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge, and I love the city, I love the weather, I love the people. So for me, the most challenging thing has been like trying to express myself in a good way, that I don't look like dumb, or because I'm smarter in Spanish, I swear.
Y puedes hablar en español si quieres.
Claro que sí.
Gracias.
Ay, habla español. Todos somos bilingües aquí, ¿verdad o no?
Casi todos.
Casi todos, un poquito bilingüe.
Pero, ¿qué es el secreto de a tu edad tierna, porque eres muy joven, qué es tu secreto para la vida? What is your secret to life? What makes you happy? What makes life a wonderful life for you?
For me, my family. Keep your family close, because they make your life better. They make your life with purpose. So for me, family, it's the main thing to be happy, grounded, and feel good about myself. To know that I have a family that they support me and I support them. So I think if you have that, and that could be even just one person or a dog, it's just your family, the people that you feel that you belong to some place.
So obviously this is LATINAFest, and I kind of feel like there's an uprising, a positive feeling of vibe of Latinas walking into their power, because we are all diverse, we're all smart, we're all hustlers. How are you feeling the energy of the Latina in the United States, that we're taking charge, right? We're large and taking charge.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been always in charge, but people are starting to notice that now. But
es cierto, that is so true.
Es muy cierto. Siempre siento que como latinas tenemos un fuego adentro que sale por los ojos. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to try too hard to pretend something. It's just inside of you. And I'm so proud to be Latina. And my family is from Italy. All of my 4 grandparents. And when people ask me, where are you from? And they tell me, oh, but you're European. I'm like, no, I was born in Venezuela, and I'm 100% Venezuela and Latina. So it's amazing. I'm just so happy, and we're coming all together. You know, it doesn't matter if you're from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, from Colombia, Brazil. We're all from the same. We have the same fire inside.
Totally agree.
Totally. That's why we're LatinaFest. All right. So, like, if you guys want to tune in to Mayans MC, you're going to see her from the very get-go. She is one of the Latina leads in Mayans MC.
Well, thank you so much, Carla. I know that we're going to be seeing so much more, about you, on you. I mean, you know how many women, how many actresses wanted that role. You obviously were made for Adelita. We can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for being a guest here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for being this image of powerful Latinas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you so much for watching this very special episode of The Trend Talk. I was truly inspired by all of our wonderful guests.
And remember to follow us on social media at The Trend Talk Show, because if it's trending, we're talking.